We're back! Welcome to Resident Evil Challenger Watchalong. So one thing that I finally learned after 15 years is to stop saying final this, final that. I'm sure someone out there could make a montage of me saying, this is our final challenge, this is our final Watchalong, this is our final everything. But we always come back. So just don't ever take me literally, because we're back for some more Resident Evil Challenge Watchalongs. We've just been enjoying them too much, and it's been great to have Nathan and Izzy on the line, which they are for here with me again. Let's bring them in. How you doing, guys?
Hiya.
Hey everyone.
Hoping you guys will like our new stream overlay as well that we've got for our live streams moving forward. But yeah, we've had a couple of weeks off. How are both of you guys doing?
Not bad.
Sweating.
Yeah, join the club, man. Oh, I mean, I've got a fan literally blowing in my face right now because it's just so sweaty in here. It's ridiculous.
All good, all good.
Have you, I was going to say, have you recovered from your Resident Evil 5 live stream now, Nathan?
Yeah, I have. I think Katie just about has now as well.
Oh, actually,
the last bit was a little bit of a hard slog. There was just some like cheap bits.
yeah,
And I was fine health and that sort of crap. But
yeah, that Wesker boss fight looked like a right pain in the ass. Do you reckon that she'll do another live stream, or is that her tapped out now?
you never know. I'm sure I can sweet talk her into another one.
Yeah. And how about you, Izzy? How are you doing? How are you feeling about your Resident Evil 4 live stream next week? Which is next week, not tonight. Ignore the Resident Evil 4 live stream, which came up earlier. That's not today. That is next weekend. But yeah, how are you feeling about doing your first Resident Evil live stream, Izzy?
Really looking forward to it, yeah. No, 4 has been one that I've wanted to go back to for ages, so yeah, getting to do it on live stream is, awesome opportunity, and doing town weapons only, which isn't something that I've ever tried with any of them, so, you know, that'll be an interesting one.
Exciting stuff. Well, we've actually got our first donation through already from Grizzo UK. It says, been a long time, scratch and sniff. Conrads. I actually thought he said gonads there, not Conrads. Scratch and sniff gonads. Yeah, cheers for that, Grizzo. So yeah, we're well on the way on our road to 10k, as we mentioned before. So yeah, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, Brad, also known as Skrillo, really helped us out by raising £310 in his own Resident Evil challenge last week. Crazy that he's done a Resident Evil challenge, but we haven't done one yet. So we're now on £7,605 now, which is some very exciting stuff. So yeah, we're going to have a little blast back to the past, going back 14 years now to 2006 to number 2 of your favourite Resident Evil challenges, and that is Resident Evil Challenge 2 Season 2, which I think is one, is the first challenge a lot of people watched because it was actually broadcast live on a live stream. Yeah, Nathan, what are your memories of this challenge? Do you remember much of it, like going back?
I can't say I do actually off the top of my head. I'm sure as I start watching little bits, more and more of it I'll remember, but my memory is horrendous at the moment, so... But well, I'm really looking forward to watching it again. So,
do you remember your horrendous haircut that you have in this one?
Oh yeah.
Oh good. Okay, you remember that.
I love the long hair.
That's good. That's good. Okay. All right. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So, Resident Evil Challenge 2 of Season 2. Here we go. Oh yeah. So I did count you guys in. Sorry. Right. Hang on. I always forget to do this. Right. We're gonna count you guys in. We can start this video at the same time. Right. 3, 2, 1. I knew that was going to happen as well. The very first time we did one of these live streams with Izzy and Nathan, I was like, don't worry, I'll count all of us in before we start. And I just didn't. I just waffled on and played it. They're like, you didn't count us in. And now we're trying to watch this 20 seconds behind you. So unfortunately, we haven't done that again.
Definitely should actually do Deadly Silence together.
Two gamers.
I really miss doing Resident Evil DS. That was really fun. Have you still got a DS?
I do actually.
Can Nougie and Nathan beat?
Nice. We'll have to bring that back.
Season 2.
We've actually just got a donation through from Gaudi, £6.80. Thought the sun had come back out Turns out it was just Izzy's smile. Resident Evil 6 is cursed. Such a little charmer, aren't you, Gowdy? Very nice. Thank you very much for that, Gowdy.
We've still got 8 games, but we've got the hardest stipulations.
And oh, look at that haircut, Nathan.
But first off, Nathan will be doing Resident Evil Remake.
I think the problem was that there wasn't a haircut.
Well, true. I mean, you didn't have the excuse of lockdown for that either. That was just generally a bad haircut when all the barbers were open.
Real survival.
But I don't know if it's a bad haircut. I do quite like it.
Jill or Chris?
I'll do it with Jill.
Okay, cool. And I'll be doing Resident Evil 3 with limited handgun bullets. And the challenge is starting now. We've got 24 hours to do it. So we'll keep
look at that timer.
How the challenges go.
I think that was the first timer we actually ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Hoping for the best.
Right. So let me just find my Resident Evil 3 disc.
Good camera angles there.
I know. I mean, 2006 was all about the up-the-nose camera angles.
And goes into
You'll actually also notice on my Resident Evil 3 disc there that it's got a silver like seal from Choices. Do you remember that shop, Choices? It was like Blockbuster.
Yes, I do actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's had this like.
and Nathan will be doing.
Go on. For fuck's sake, Skype is so annoying, so stilted.
Well,
Look, what were you going to say?
Resident Evil DS.
I was going to say, I think I remembered that disc always having that sticker on. I think I had some where I actually filled all the stickers off.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know why they ever put them on there, to be honest.
Well, I wanted to take mine off, but it's one of those annoying silver seals that when you take it off, it leaves behind a silver residue, so you can't actually take it off properly.
Don't be gay.
Yeah, we start the challenge to find out.
Oh, I could see just behind my TV. I used to have what are they called? A regenerator figure from Resident Evil 4. You know, like the spiky, breathy things.
Yeah.
Good start.
Yeah, I used to have a figure of that. It was the shittest toy because you couldn't pick it up because it was just so spiky everywhere.
Right, so
But
three,
yeah, it was quite
two,
cool.
one. Here we go. Resident Evil challenge has begun, and we'll catch up with you later.
I bet that'll probably be worth a fortune now as well.
I think I've still got it at my parents' house.
Well,
I think so.
Yeah.
Start on Resident Evil Remake.
I do have the odd look on eBay every so often at the Resident figures that come up, and yeah, some of them are just insane.
Yeah.
Price.
Anyway, we'll have an update.
Just something I need to tell you guys. I'm doing Resident Evil.
Oh, I can't even speak in this one.
And I will be using the first name sprays because this will just be ridiculously hard without it.
Anyway, people, we'll have another update later.
Oh man, even just watching this challenge has actually genuinely started to give me butterflies in my stomach. Like being away for the past couple of weeks, like being in Scotland filming, I've kind of like forgotten about, well not forgotten, but it's been pushed to the side about streaming and Resident Evil and stuff. But now I'm back and I don't have my mind on that at all. I'm honestly getting really, really excited about eventually being able to do a challenge with you guys. Like, it's going to be super fun, worth the wait.
Yeah.
We're now
Absolutely.
moving on from Nathan, who's died in real survival mode of Remake.
Gay!
Yeah, he's restarted, just got shotgun from that corridor room. And on Remake, I'm just about to get a battery from that statue of that mayor. So...
Well, there's not many Resident Evil for fuck's sake, Skype! Sorry, what were you saying, Nathan?
1 hour.
You go, mine was pointless.
Nathan's just died.
I can't even remember what I was going to say now. Go on, what were you going to say?
On real survival, first challenge we managed to get through this.
I think I was going to say you were having real issues with my Resident Evil Remake disc on the channel. I'm not sure why you were using my disc. I don't know if you owned your own copy or you didn't bring it, or I have a suspicion that this might have even been the first challenge that you'd finished Remake. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, no, that's not true. You did it in the first challenge, didn't you? Challenge 1, Season 1. Because I did 0 and you did Remake in the very first one.
That's a good challenge.
Probably.
Yeah, I know. I definitely had a copy.
Well,
Maybe I
say
just
so,
didn't
AJ,
bring them because
first
obviously
aid
we
sprays, then you don't
saved
use
some
any.
space.
Yeah.
Once again.
And yeah, unlucky for Nathan. For me, I'm doing Resident Evil 3, getting quite far now.
So speaking of Resident Evil 3, it's looking at the moment fairly likely that you'll be doing Resident Evil 3 Remake for your next live stream. How are you feeling about that? And are you wishing people would vote for Dead Space more?
I'm looking very much so there.
You can't. You say you couldn't speak then. You can't speak now, mate.
Yes, I'm looking forward to doing Remake 3 and
3 Remake.
It's still the 3rd remake.
It is. I'm just winding you up.
No, I can't wait to do it. But I really also want to play Dead Space as well.
Yeah.
Recently bought them, but I've decided that I wouldn't actually play them until I found out what I was going to be doing in the streams. But it's just a matter of time. But I'm happy either way. Happy with any of the games really. And definitely need to do 3 remake.
I'm really intrigued because, you know, Resident Evil 3 I feel is quite often a game that you attempt during the challenges, so you know it pretty well. So yeah, I'll be really intrigued to see what you make of it compared to the original.
I mean, I've played the first sort of 20 minutes and it was...
That's about half the game then.
Really enjoyed it.
It is fucking short, man. It's crazy short.
Yeah.
It's like Lee Reeves short.
Oh dear. Nathan died on...
By the way, Lee Reeves is this really short guy that we went to school with.
Forrest came and killed him. We've got 22 hours and...
That wasn't real surprise for me.
Very short.
Oh, you know what I mean. 22 hours, 47 minutes left. I'm just about to do that fight with Earthworm Jim. Well, not fight. Underground.
Earthworm Jim.
The elevator.
I'm having a change of mind. I'm going to do 2 first.
Oh, classic Nathan! Absolutely classic Nathan. So that was a really cool concept actually that Brad Skrillo did during his Resident Evil challenge last week. So basically, if he ever broke any of the stipulations or changed the game that he was doing, he had to throw in, I think it was either £5 or £10 into his donations. And so he chopped and changed his stipulations and game orders quite a bit. So in the end, he had to donate an additional like £100 pounds or dollars to it. But I think it's quite a good like deterrent from doing any more.
And here's my 5.
I just realised my microphone fell off.
Mr. X, not Mr. T. I know. Going really quick.
Why did you start calling him Mr. T?
Ouch, I didn't think you'd reach that.
I have no idea.
Hold off on better.
Don't rename it. You're going to be a today. Move! You don't need to rename. Oh, that was clever. I've never actually done that before. Whenever I have it, it's punched. Oh, slow down.
That's how you don't see anymore. He's infinite ammo.
No, we haven't done that for a very long time, which I'm quite proud of actually.
Only one hit. Head
Yeah.
big and do any more damage. Don't forget, hang on. Yeah, you can keep coming out.
Izzy, how are you feeling about doing Resident Evil 7 during the challenge?
I'm really looking forward to it. I keep thinking that I might give it a run at some point soon. I did nearly play Revelations this week, but never got round to it. I picked up something else instead. So but yeah, no, I will definitely give 7 a once over. Maybe take a few notes and just make sure I don't make certain mistakes and all that sort of thing. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting used to doing a first-person one, I think it's going to be a bit interesting.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while since I've properly gone for a first-person one.
Yeah.
So,
No, it is really fun, and I think you should definitely give the DLCs a go as well. Like, I'm happy to lend you my Gold Edition version, because all of the DLCs I have really enjoyed, and I got probably a good week's worth of additional gameplay. I mean, some of the games are really weird. Like, one of them is like, essentially you play like a really like gory version of the card game 21. And basically, when you get it wrong, like you lose your fingers and like limbs and things like that. It's basically, it feels like something out of Saw. Like it's really sadistic and gruesome, but yeah, it's quite a cool little concept.
Yeah, cool. I like my card games. So, yeah.
Yeah.
How the hell did I die?
Yeah, no, looking forward to giving it a run.
I had like full health.
I mean, I'd love to say that it was just because I was going puberty and I had my high-pitched voices, but still at the age of nearly 31, that still happens now.
Right, well, I just purposely got myself...
Oh, also, speaking of birthdays, I should mention to you guys that it is actually Nathan's 30th birthday in 2 days. So, well, actually, I guess we can give you a proper happy birthday during the Revelation stream on Friday. But if you guys aren't going to be there, make sure you send your birthday wishes to Nathan.
I'm saying yes. And I'll hit the big 3-0.
Also, just so you know,
Oh, I'm going to have to make an adjustment. My mic keeps falling off. I'm going to have to change my clip. Sorry about this.
I think I can take one more step, Right, help. Reload. Now I'm going to have to go on all our friends to kill. Yes! I did it! I did it! I did it! Yeah! I did it! That's excellent. Third try.
Oh, man, I was getting so sweaty doing this.
You should do what I did. I made my vest really wet and put it in the freezer for like 2 hours.
I don't have any wife beaters. I don't have a single one.
You could use a t-shirt, but I think it might be a bit too much.
Yeah, true.
It's very cold.
And that means I've got to fight Nemesis again. Desert Eagle handgun. Great.
To get you in the wife beater club, Nick.
My time getting this done.
Yeah.
Doesn't look too.
Apparently your mic's quite quiet, distant, Izzy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can't really move it too much closer now.
Hopefully.
Is it definitely your headset that's coming through?
It doesn't sound like a headset. Have you got another mic?
I just beat Nemesis.
Only on
Did
the,
better than last time. After
webcam.
stood up, I didn't get hit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
On track.
one I told it to.
And Nathan looks like he's about to die. He's getting owned by some costs. But my bollocks! I actually cannot believe that. Watch the... Just died.
Really weird.
You were being such a wind-up merchant during this challenge. You're such a little menace.
And then I died.
I've just met Lemonade.
Oh god, this is really pissing me off. This is only the first game. This is like the easiest one from my challenge. Except for like yes. Oh dear.
There's so few challenges where it actually started with Resident Evil 3. I wasn't expecting to have this many problems.
I don't know how I'm going to beat those hunters. And can't shoot them.
Yeah, it's definitely coming through the head.
Why can't Leon run this fast and have a pistol and I'll use that
Yeah, right, well.
fast? I died and I forgot.
Well, like tap the little mic bit on it. No, it's not.
Which that's what it's showing up on the input. So I can see the mic thing going up and down.
2.5 hours on
In Skype?
pretty much the easiest game.
On in Windows, yeah.
Okay.
And just not looking good. Watchalong.
Check your Skype settings.
So we're just going to keep trying.
Yeah, but as I've died,
How's it?
now
Ah, there we go.
we're about to go to sewers. But in
Oh,
I have the custom pistol, and I'm actually doing it quite quick.
No, I don't think it's that one yet.
So
It changed to
maybe it
something though.
wasn't such a bad thing. And now, where are you then, Luke?
Hello.
Even though
Right. I'm so glad because I'm playing back as Jill again. I finally did it as Carlos without dying, which is which is really good. I've done it, and I'm about to save. And I had to use the first aid spray as Carlos, otherwise I probably would have died. So I'm pleased to get that done. And I'm about 3/4 way through this, and we're getting there. We have now got 21 hours, 13 minutes left. And so yeah, let's hope that we get this Resident Evil challenge.
So Cedo in the chat saying, did I have as many problems with Resident Evil 3 on this as I did with the cheap Nemesis challenge in Season 1? Well, I did. No, I don't think so. I think like Resident Evil 3 on that challenge ended up taking me like 10 hours or something. So it was some serious problems. Yeah, it was really bad. But I think I was finding this really hard. So I think this was one of the first ever handgun only stipulations we'd ever done. Whereas now we've probably done like 30 each or something, maybe even more than that over the years. But yeah, this was like right at the start of it.
Oh wait, I think there's gun pounds down. Oh wait, no, red herd. Not gonna need anymore.
But yeah, this is actually the second most watched challenge that we've got on YouTube. So this challenge has had, yeah, it's had nearly 60,000 views on YouTube. Did you ever imagine like 60,000 views on that video and we were recording it in my bedroom in 2006?
No, I can't say I did.
Ah, Izzy, you're sounding much better now, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's your headset now.
Cool. Sorry, my bad.
That's all right. I mean, it wouldn't be a Resident Evil Challenger live stream if we weren't having some sound issues. My problem was,
Exactly, yeah.
so I tried to stick my microphone underneath my t-shirt so you wouldn't get all of the air from my fan blowing onto it. But because it's so hot in here, because I'm so sweaty, my sweat actually made my mic slip off my chest. So now I've just had to clip it on and it's getting blown on by the fan. So, oh well, whatever. It's 35 degrees, we're here, we're bringing you some entertainment. Yeah, everyone's saying your microphone sounds much better now, Izzy.
Good, good.
So yes, bye. We
Just have to mix it up, Grizzo. Can't always do it the same.
Oh, God.
The question is, what he ends up scratching and sniffing.
Yes, I'll leave that for you to imagine.
Yeah, I don't need to say any more than that. I mean, you know, it's still half a, you know, it's not watershed yet. I don't think we can go any more detailed than that. But talking about scratch and sniff, I'm currently fighting Big Willie G and his big pipe on Resident Evil 2. Actually, no, Nathan is.
Yeah, it's me fighting.
I just assumed it was me. Yeah, when was the last time you played the original Resident Evil 2, you can remember? Because you're potentially doing it in upcoming challenge, right?
Yeah, I should be. Well, that's the plan anyway.
One first aid spray, whole game.
Well, it's got to be at least sort of 10. Well, somewhere between 5 and 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's quite a long time ago.
Yeah. No, I haven't played it since... Well, actually, Challenge 2015, the last one we did together. I think I did end up doing 2 scenarios on it. But I've not played it properly in a long time.
I reckon it must be like in season 4. It's either must be number 2 or 3, I think I did it in.
I think, actually, I know when it would have been. Challenge 4, Season 4, the one when me and you went against each other. I'm pretty certain that you did it then, because we got very similar times. Do you remember we got points on who got it in the fastest time?
Yes.
And I beat you by like 2 minutes or a minute or something very close.
Yeah. Do you ever wish you could see a health bar in these games for the bosses?
Yeah, I mean, I do and I don't, I guess. I guess it would be great to see it, because then it'd be really easy to know how quickly they're going to die. But then at the same time, there's an element of challenge, of not knowing how much further there is to go.
Yeah.
True.
I think it'd be cool to have it as an option though, something you can turn on and off when you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just got another £5 donation from Grizzo. Thank you very much for that, dude. Very kind of you.
Thank you.
Right, this is Nathan's
You better be there for our REC UK meetup. Grizzo, love to thank you in person for sure. I mean, it was pretty funny how many times you got hit, and then you were just on yellow caution.
Leon the tank.
Well done, Nathan.
I mean, nowhere near as Billy the tank, but...
Four saves, great B. I'm well chuffed with that. Super fast time.
Yeah, it's 2 hours 9.
So, for me, that's Resident Evil 3 finished.
There's just so much choppy editing in these old videos.
What I shall be doing
But that's not because of any editing that we did. It's just because of the camera actually recording back over the old tape,
limited hand
which is, yeah, really weird. There's like basically no editing done in this at all. It's all just from the camera.
And I'll be having grenades and knife as well. So that'll be good. Only got 4 Code Veronica and DSF2. I'm pleased with my grade. Well, yeah. Could be a lot worse. And Nathan's to Resident Evil 2 Scenario B. Let's just see how much time we have left.
Zooming straight into that poster. I mean, that feels like a poster from your old bedroom, Nathan.
8 minutes left. So it's almost 4 hours.
I think it was a WWE poster.
We can do.
I think it was
Yeah, it is.
I think it was a superstar called Christy Hemme,
It is
who was in
now
WWE for a little bit of time. Like, came free with some magazine.
limited hand cannon only. And
That's the only reason you bought the magazine.
Yeah, exactly. 3 posters. Oh man, look, you can actually see some blank VHS cassettes in the bottom corner of the screen. Just really showing its age.
And Nathan's fighting the boss again. So I'll be back once I've got started. Right, here goes my hand cannon only challenge. This is the only weapons I've got. I've got a few grenades and health to help me going, and the final rocket launcher to beat the final boss. And let's just hope that. Oh, good luck.
Oh, I can't wait to see you play Resident Evil 4, Izzy. Really, really intrigued to see how well you do. Like, how experienced would you say you are at Resident 4?
Using a normal controller, probably not very, because the one that I used to play was primarily the Wii version, which
Yeah.
as of right now is still my favourite. So I think it should be fine, because obviously, like, you know, the actual gameplay itself is very similar to 5, which is probably the one that I've played the most, and especially recently. So
Yeah.
I think I'm probably going to crack on with it pretty well. I'm saying that. I'm going to end up splitting this into 4 parts, so I just keep fucking dying on one.
Well, I think we should put in some sort of raffle or predictions on how many deaths you're going to have throughout the entire thing. I mean, you are a Gibbard, so I'm pretty certain it's going to be in triple figures. So I just can't wait to see how you do with the boulders and the Krauser sea.
My
I'm well
prediction is
practiced
that
at
I'm
the
going to die on the fucking jet ski bit. I am legitimately going to die on that bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Done chapter 2-1, moving on to chapter 2-2.
So we just got a donation through from KidVirus53. Says, oh, for God's sakes, I'm really sorry, Nathan. Scratch and sniffy, clap, clap, clap. Scratch and sniffy, clap, clap, clap. Oh dear, we're never going to shake that off now, are we?
So I can take the abuse.
Well, you know, it's raising money, so it's all good. It's all good. We're all playing our part for Stop Hate and Heroes.
I hear way too much about your voice, Nathan. Honestly, my brother, I shouldn't be hearing this much.
Do you reckon the charities would be happy to know that the scratch and sniff helped to raise money?
Might not mention that to them. We're actually being featured in a load of their content. They asked me to send in some videos today because we've now raised over £1,500 for them, which is awesome, considering, you know, how long we've been doing this for. So yeah, they wanted to make a big video because it's also their 25th anniversary of supporting victims of hate crimes. So they wanted to do like a little video compilation of some of their big donators, and we, within 2 months already, have got into that, which is insane. So yeah, that's some really awesome stuff. So well done to both of you guys.
And to everyone else, everyone who's donated.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Man, I was so gutted on this bit, having 100% hit ratio, and then this bit I fucked it.
With two hand cannon shots, Mendes is dead. Right, well.
I've always wondered what door you were asking at that bit there.
You just got to shoot them enough times, and then Ada will drop you the.
Can you remember what power the actual hand cannon is?
What, when fully maxed out?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. 'Cause obviously, it does mix through everything.
I mean, it's way higher than the Broken Butterfly. I think it's probably the strongest firepower next to the rocket launcher when it's maxed out.
Yeah.
Hunting an elephant with that thing? I'm not sure if you've heard, but it's pretty much confirmed that Resident Evil 8 is going to have a merchant, and the big thing is it's going to be a female merchant, but she doesn't sell just like health and weapons to you. Apparently you can buy clues about what you need to do for puzzles and where you're going next and stuff like that. So yeah, that all sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, that does sound interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
I just finished chapter 3-1.
Buying
I'm
clues.
about to save now.
Yeah, I mean that really suggests that it's going to be less linear and maybe like more puzzle solving, which I think would be good. Like, I thought the puzzles from Resident Evil 7 were great. If anything, they could have more of them in line with the old school Resis. So
It's still in the same setup as 7, isn't it?
yeah, it's still going to be first person, and the inventory and everything looks like quite similar. But yeah, in Resident Evil 7, it wasn't so much that you bought things, but you got these gold coins that you could use to unlock different things. So yeah, this will be the first one to actually have a proper merchant in a long time. We just got another donation through. We just got £5 through from Jackson Levers that says, sorry Nathan, stop hate, spread love, scratch and sniff, winky smiley face, optimised optimism. Thank you very much from probably our biggest fan from Cornwall. So yeah, thank you very much for that, Jackson Levers. So that brings us up to 2680 so far today. Thank you very much for that, guys. Round of applause, Nathan.
Final grade of Resident Evil 2. 2 hours 12.
Oh, A rank, Jesus.
That's pretty good.
Wow, that's brilliant, Nathan.
I saved 4 times,
Well, obviously you didn't.
Your voice went really high pitched there.
2 games down.
I was learning off you.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, we're going to go and have our dinner now. So, live viewers.
So Grizzo in the chat saying the firepower for the upgraded hand cannon is 99.9. So yeah, pretty stacked.
Start remake now.
Oh, here we go, classic. This is classic.
My
I mean, it was a crappy disc. I mean, it just didn't work for some reason. Although, actually, I take that back. I take that all back, because it wasn't my crappy disc. It was the beginning of the downfall of your GameCube. So, yeah, it wasn't a crappy disc at all. It was a crappy GameCube.
We've got 8 viewers.
Yay.
Let's start.
No, it's not in the right place.
I love how I said back then, yay, we've got 8 viewers. And now we've got 18 viewers. No, 19 viewers now.
Hello, 8 viewers.
Hello, 19 viewers.
Come on, if it doesn't, then turn it off.
We just got a donation through from Gaudi. It says, stop hate unless RE6 is the subject of conversation. hate is totally acceptable, encouraged even. I mean, I think the only time that a hate crime is acceptable is with Resident Evil 6. So, yeah, I will agree with you on that. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Gaudi.
Well, let's hope I can do this without dying. That's right, folks. I managed to do this first time round without dying once. Took a lot of ammo, and my hit ratio has gone right down.
Gaudi, what stretch goal do we have to reach for you and I to do a Resi 6 campaign together? Either Leon's or...
Oh, yes! Make it happen! Make it happen. Oh, road to 8k? 9k? Well, yeah.
Just do it at the live event.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we'll have a live event where Izzy and Gaudi just play Resident Evil 6 non-stop for about 10 hours. I mean, it might be quite costly hiring out a venue for that, but yeah, we'll see. But no, we were having a chat the other day about doing more co-op stuff, because yeah, Resident Evil 6 worked out really well. Nathan's Resident Evil 5 stream worked out really well. So yeah, once I've got Revelations done this weekend, I'm going to put Revelations 2 up for a poll amongst all the other ones like Dino Crisis and the other games. I'm actually going to remove Resident Evil 4 from my live polls as Izzy's doing it now, but I'm going to put Revelations 2 in as a co-op, which would be quite cool. So yeah, I might do Revelations 2 with Izzy or Nathan, which would be quite fun, as we haven't done any co-op for quite a long time together. So yeah, I think we should definitely be doing that for sure.
Here's me thinking Izzy was my friend. I love you, come on, please. We've got to do it. It's got to be one of the next stretch goals.
£1.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say if we reach 8k, maybe yeah. I would say if we reach 8k, I might put it up for an option, and we're gonna get there quite quickly because we just got a donation through from Guardian J, £10. I'm just gonna bring up his message, which says, "Great to have REC back. Well-deserved breaks all round. Let's keep this fundraising train a-going." Thank you very much, Guardian J.
Yeah.
You
just really want to see Gaudi doing Resident Evil 6 again, don't you?
Absolutely, but I think Gaudi and I'd have a proper good laugh as well, especially if both of us are drinking a little bit.
I mean, it's the only way to get through Resident Evil 6.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah. So yeah, with Resident Evil 5, going back and playing it for the first time in a couple of years, how did you find it, Nathan? Did it hold itself up well? Did you enjoy it? Did you find it long? Like, what did you make of it?
It was definitely very enjoyable. I think because I obviously did a whole playthrough before me and Katie did our co-op stream,
yeah,
which was very long-winded, and without upgraded weapons from the start, it's actually a very hard game.
Yeah, no, it is.
I mean, yes, I was trying to conserve as much ammo as possible, but even still, it was still very difficult.
Yeah.
I think, and then having another person actually makes the game so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could have probably done it quite easily on professional. It may have taken like another hour or so.
Yeah.
For the most part of the game, I mean, it's absolutely fine.
Right, now this part's going to be hard.
But no, he's still definitely one of the better games. It obviously doesn't hold candle to the original part or Resident Evil 4, but I would say it's the last of the good ones of the series.
Yeah.
That we tend to play.
Yeah. Yeah, no, watching you play it did actually make me really want to give it another go. I think the only thing that I really noticed watching it back was just how many of the enemies are bullet sponges. It's like there's no enemies that you can beat easily. I just feel like everything you have to shoot a lot until it dies. But
yeah, true.
Aside from that, I thought the graphics are really great, and I forgot like how cool like the African environments are and everything. So yeah, I might give it another go soon.
Oh, we might have cooperation from Gaudi.
Yeah, looking in the chat, Seedol actually was saying that, did we realise that if Resident Evil 3 Remake wins the poll, which, by the way, is still open until tomorrow, guys, that the games we've been playing are in complete reverse order, which is true. So we've had Resident Evil 7, then Resident Evil 6, then Resident Evil 5, Izzy's doing Resident Evil 4, and then if you're doing 3, then it'll be 3. So I guess we have to do 2, Remake, and 0 somehow, potentially. Although we have done all of those quite recently. But yeah, that is really weird how that's panned out.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
Stay awake, goodness. Hard challenge. And
Gaudi saying, please throw Alan Wake as an option for a poll sometime. Well, how about this, Gaudi? If you do a Resident Evil 6 live stream with Izzy, we'll put Alan Wake as a live stream poll. How's that for a deal? Drive a hard bargain.
and we had to spend a lot of time thinking we've got our tea, coffee, we've got our caffeine shots to stay awake, and we hope you enjoy the challenge. We're now limited on time. We've only got 15 hours and 31 minutes left.
I'm intrigued to know how many of you guys in the chat actually voted for this challenge as your favourite, because it was only by 2 votes that this came second place, so it was very tight. So I am intrigued to know who actually ended up voting for this. During our next live stream, well, our next watch-along live stream we're doing in 2 weeks, we'll actually be going back to watch the third favourite, and also Nathan's. Is it your actual favourite of all time, I think you said?
Yeah,
Challenge 2 of Season 4?
Like I say, I always really struggle to choose a favourite, because then
Yeah.
it'd be like, I watch another one and be like, oh, but this was really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one was really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like this one. But it was the one that I had the most memory, or most up-to-date memories of anyway. So
Yeah.
that's what-
No, that's fair enough. No, it was a great challenge.
Well, I have just finished Disc 1 Resident Evil 4.
And it was cool having Izzy there as well.
Going into Disc 2.
I always wish that we could have got you into these ones that are at my house. But I guess it was, at this point in time, you were interested, but not like interested enough to like come round, I guess. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
And don't forget, she would have been like 8,
well, not even that, I don't think. This is 2006.
7, 8.
I'm 21, you donut.
Alright, 7 then. That's pretty close.
Oh, yeah, you were actually pretty close. Yeah.
Just saying random numbers.
Yeah, she was only 3 years old.
Training for the young age.
Mum, can I bring my 3-year-old sister around to my friend's house to watch me play survival horror games for 24 hours in front of a live audience? Yeah, sure, Nathan, no problem.
Staying up, yeah, 24
It'd also been very cosy on your little sofa.
Oh yeah, that sofa was tiny.
No, you would have just chucked me in a corner.
Also, you might have to wear glasses by now because my bright orange walls, seriously, I think fucked everyone's eyesight, like burnt our retinas. I mean, it was like nearly fluorescent orange. I have no idea how my mum let me paint it that colour. Like, yeah, terrible parenting there. Your explanation! Got to do the thingamajig to get the stone things. I'm like, what?
I've just got onto like underground and boulder things, and I've just Nougie
I like my specific words.
Yeah, you certainly do.
No generalisation here.
Gaudi says if he can superglue his Resident Evil 6 disc back together, then it's a deal. So did you?
I will buy you a new one.
So me and Gaudi, so we did like a little test stream, and we said once we finished it, should we just go Billy Big Balls and just snap our discs and be like, way, like, oh fuck Resident Evil 6 and all of this. But when we got to the end of it, I was like, This game was bad, but I do kind of want to play the Leon scenario. So I'm just not going to mention the snapping the disc and see if Gowdy mentions it. But I think he actually ended up snapping his one off camera.
Yep, I've just beaten Krauser, used just the knife for it, as my life fans will all tell you.
Is that Mrs. Gibbard making a cameo there?
That was indeed, yes, that was Mrs. Gibbard making a cameo, giving me a coffee that I didn't ask for, so that was
very nice.
Anyway.
Mrs. Gibbard making a cameo for the past 15 years now, I think.
Absolutely, most of the time giving coffee and drinks.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing up a fair share of Lucozade over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, Gowdy says he hasn't snapped his disc yet, so he's got no excuse. So we're going to have to...
Gowdy. Come on, just say yes, 8k, and we do another campaign. I will let you choose which campaign. You can choose the character as well.
Just be Resident Evil 4 full dog.
And none of them isn't an option.
Finished Resident Evil 4.
I'll tell you what, if that live stream goes really well, then maybe, because me and Izzy have done live streams with Gowdy, we'll get Nathan to do another campaign with Gowdy.
Whichever of the main 3 campaigns is left,
Yeah.
that's the one that Nathan does with Gowdy. You can borrow one of my PlayStations.
5 hours, nice.
Remember, Gowdy, it's all for charity, so you can't say no. You can't say no.
I think it was 5 hours, nice. Hit ratio 90%. Enemies killed 450. Number of times killed only 10. I'm really happy with that. Perfect.
Wow, 10 deaths.
First.
I suppose it did have the hand cannon.
Well, would you look at that? From the last challenge, Nathan got 5 hours 19, so I beat him by 10 minutes when I was using only the hand cannon.
I do think that was one of your greatest achievements, actually, in the challenge previous to this, that you did manage to beat Resident Evil 4 with just 2 deaths. Remember, it was the 1 death, 1 save, and then it turned to 2 deaths, 2 saves. But still, that was like, that was damn impressive.
But it's all or nothing with Nathan. It's either 2 deaths or 100.
102 deaths. Yeah, very true. I think it's that, and also the jump between normal and professional. I would say it's probably the biggest jump in Resident Evil difficulties. Like, it is huge. So.
We're going to do Jill Classic, no saves, no first aid sprays if possible.
I didn't realise you had to unlock Pro mode if you haven't actually played it before, because I was just going to run through on Pro mode as my first one without any steps, but I think the found weapons one will be a good one.
You're doing that? Did you say you're doing that on normal mode?
I think so.
Oh yeah, of course, because it's your first playthrough. Yeah. Yeah, no. I still haven't played the PS4 remaster. I might give that a go soon.
I would. The remaster looks really good.
Yeah.
Hardest one of my side of the challenge.
I think I did like the first sort of 5-10 minutes of it, but then it just didn't.
So didn't
see it through.
I mean, it is a long game. It is a very long game.
Yeah. We've got 12 hours and 15 minutes left. So
Oh, good old cam streams. Did I ever tell you, Nathan, that we recently discovered, someone on the Discord discovered that cam streams was primarily used for like cam girls, as like a girl, like a naked girl streaming website, which we never knew at the time when we were using it, but still we were the most popular streamers on there, which is, I mean, you know, I think that's got to be Resident Evil Challenge's biggest achievement, that our video gaming live stream got more views than a bunch of naked women. So we must have been doing something right.
Pretty good. Like naked women or like 14, 15-year-old boys.
Playing Resident Evil in a sweaty bedroom, drinking Lucozade. I'm going to go for the gamers.
Oh, it seems like Gowdy's on board.
Whey! Nice.
Come on, bud, it's all for charity and you can drink.
Well, we'll make it as an 8K celebration stream. So he did the one with me as a 5K, So hopefully, if we reach 8K, we'll do that as a celebration stream.
Without any first aid spray.
Yeah, good point. So, let's wish him luck. And for me,
Do you still have your copy of Deadly Silence, Nathan?
I'm pretty sure I do.
I've got the box for it. I
Yeah.
don't have the card, but I have got the box.
I'm pretty sure I do. Pretty sure I've still got my same DS as well.
Really? What, that grey one?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing! That's like one of the first ones that came out.
Yeah, because remember, we bought them, we used all of our like Nintendo points to make sure we got them like the 2 weeks before release date or something.
I do remember that, yeah.
Because I think I ended up robbing some of yours
Yeah.
to be able to do it, and then we, both bought them and got them early.
I honestly think the DS was one of my favourite consoles. There were so many good games on it. It was pretty awesome. If we could find a way of being able to hook up a DS in with a capture card and OBS, I'd love to give Deadly Silence like another live stream go. But we might just have to end up like getting an emulator or something for it instead.
It'd only last about 20 minutes, though, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's amazing how much time you save when you can skip the door cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think when I was doing Director's Cut a couple of months ago, the thing that really I hated was the fact that you can't quick turn anywhere. Whereas on Deadly Silence, they brought it back, and they also had auto aim as well. So just those two features and skipping doors, it just felt like such a modern RE game, even though it was still at the time like good 7, 8, 10 years old.
It looks like everyone wants me to play Code Veronica.
I was literally just about to say that. How would you feel about doing that during a live stream?
Yeah, I'm game, but it'd probably have to be over about 7 different sessions. How long it takes me to do it. I don't even know if you can actually buy it on Xbox. About it.
It's on PlayStation, so I'm assuming it would be. I think they're all on everything now.
I'm gonna have a look.
Yeah, let us know. That we can always put that up for a poll.
If not, you can borrow a PlayStation and do it that way.
I don't like PlayStation.
Yeah, no, you don't. Weirdo.
The controllers are too small for my hands.
But you've been playing PlayStation consoles for years.
I was going to say, your PlayStation was your choice ones.
A very long time ago. Now, I just prefer the Xbox controller. I find it far more comfortable. And if you notice, the new PlayStation 5 controller now looks like an Xbox
It does.
controller.
It looks so much like an Xbox controller. It's ridiculous.
They obviously had that bit right.
All right, fanboy. I remember the times when, because you were literally the only person I knew at school for a long time that had an Xbox, PS2, and GameCube. So you were like the most like level person, because like everyone at school was like, "Oh no, I'm all about PS2," and some people were like, "Oh no, I'm Xbox," and then a couple of weirdos, including myself, were like, "Oh no, it's all about GameCube." But you were like, "Oh, they're all good."
No, to be fair, I'm not. I don't. The only reason why I play Xbox so much is because that's what like most of my games are bought on.
Yeah.
And I can use my subscriptions across like all of the Xboxes in my place, so it makes more sense.
Oh no, it totally makes sense, of course.
To be fair, it was going to be very different, because if you remember, before I bought my PS4, whatever I didn't buy, you were going to buy, because you lived at home at the time, and you didn't want us doubling up on the consoles. So it could have been very different.
Yeah, true.
Right, well, I've just
it's on there.
one now. About half
Yeah, Seedol saying you can get Code Veronica on Xbox One via backwards compatibility.
what they can do.
Oh, I have to put that up for the next poll. Although I know you're dying to play Dead Space. Before we started this live stream, Nathan was like, if they don't vote for Dead Space on this one, I'm not going to do a poll, I'm just going to play it for my next one. Which is fair enough. I mean, you know, the live streams are all about what you enjoy, you know.
Yeah.
As much as it's about what people want to watch, you need to be, the person that's playing it needs to be invested in it and playing it. Apart from Gaudi, he's an exception for that rule. Forget about him. But everyone else should really be enjoying what they're playing. So, yeah. It's totally in your hands. But
I'd love to play Veronica again.
Yeah.
I'd like to actually try and get my head around it properly to be able to. It's always one that I've always struggled with a bit.
Yeah. I would say it's the most complicated because it's got the most backtracking and the most puzzles. Yeah. So when you don't know what you're doing, it can be really fucking boring because you don't know where you're going and you're lost and.
We'll have your great time in a minute.
Yeah, it's a bit of a labyrinth. But I think you'd remember a lot more than you reckon. I think a lot of it will come back to you.
2 hours 8, no saves. There you are, you've done it.
Yeah.
You did your no save challenge. That's your fastest ever Resident Evil DS time. Excellent.
No save challenge. I didn't realise you'd gone Nathan Scratchy Big Balls for that. Yeah.
With my.
Oh God.
So here's another question to you guys.
Shooty.
I know. Well, I generally feel the knife. It is actually easier to beat him with the knife than the handgun. Yeah, to people in the live chat, can you get the Code Veronica remaster on Xbox at all? Because I feel if you do play Code Veronica, you should definitely play that version. Because honestly, it runs about twice as fast. Like my game times are now about half what I used to get on the GameCube, and the graphics are like so much better. So if you can play that version, it's a lot.
I could probably get it on Steam and then just play it on my computer.
Possibly.
I can't get it on the Xbox.
Yeah, possibly. Have a look. Oh.
Right, attempt 2, ready, had a few minutes defense on him. I'm getting much more focused. It's not an easy fight.
Apparently it's not on Steam, but yeah, the one on Xbox is the better version, the updated version.
Cool.
The remastered version.
I don't think they ever called it a remaster.
Okay.
I don't think.
I think they must have just updated it because it shows as an Xbox 360 game, so it must have been a somewhat updated game for it.
Yeah, because I think that's what they did. I think they just straight ported it from PS3 to PS4 as well.
See, this is the thing. Like, I'm not sure who did it, either it was Sony or Capcom, but the Code Veronica remaster is essentially a bit of a scam because they put it on PS4. That Resident Evil Code Veronica. It's HD, blah blah blah, and you buy it, and it's just an upscaled port of the PlayStation 2 version. It's not actually the remastered one. So I've now had to buy it twice because I didn't realise it was only available on PS3, which makes no sense. I don't understand why they would just bring out the ported shitty version. The PS2 version, honestly, is the worst version of it at all. It's just horrendous. You can't see like what you're doing in half of it because the game is just really dark and there's like no colour in it. It just looks terrible. So whatever you do, don't play that version.
That's probably the version it would be, actually, wouldn't it?
Well, 360 was the same generation as PS3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, of course it was.
so the remastered one's only on PS3. So I imagine they released the same one on both consoles. So
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm now in Antarctica. Almost finished Code Veronica. Just been using handgun and bow guns. And not
Okay,
using
well,
single
Optimise said the PS3/360 has an upscaled version, but the PS4 one is a straight port of the PS2 one, so it's the old resolution.
yeah, that's the really shit
Why
version.
does that make any sense? Like,
don't
if
know.
they've updated it, why not put the updated version on?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Really was updates later on that. But
We need a soundboard.
we really do. You know what? So back in the days, back in the previous Resident Evil Challenger Peaks, one of the fans, a guy called Josh Sullivan, the guy who made the timer and also does the Resident Evil Challenger like voice at the start of our videos now. He actually went to the effort of making a Resident Evil Challenger soundboard of different quotes from me and Nathan. I wish I could find it because it was amazing. It had like 20 or 30 different quotes from us, and you just press the different buttons and it would play the sound effects. It was great. So it's on the depths of the internet somewhere, but I can't find it. Someone can find it. Send me a link because I'd love to find that again. But yeah, it needs a lot of updating. It's been quite a few more quotes since then. I think Crappy Disc might have been on that as well.
Oh, I did it. I got hit like once, twice. Yay! Oh, that's quite lucky. Right, I'm here. I'm at final boss. Oh, not final boss. Oh,
I think if they ever do a remake of Code Veronica, I'd really want to see them do the bosses justice out of all of them, because like Nosferatu is one of my favourite looking bosses, and I just wouldn't want to see him change like they changed Nemesis into a dog.
Yeah.
Like that would be fucking heartbreaking.
Oh man.
Such a great design.
I mean, you know, you guys saw how excited I was for Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, but man, would I get a hard-on for a Code Veronica remake? Big time. So excited. Like, that would be... The amount of times I've beaten Code Veronica, I think it's probably my most played Resident Evil. So, I just feel like it really could do with a remake. It would be awesome. Have you beaten Code Veronica before, Izzy?
7 hours, 37 minutes. Here's my grade. 4
I
hours,
think
8.
so.
Grade B. 8.
If I have, it was a really long time ago.
Yeah.
And it would basically be a blind one if I went through it again now. Similar sort of situation with remake.
Yeah.
So I think I'd probably remember more of remakes. It always seems shorter for some reason than in Code Veronica.
Time now is 10:06. At 6.
Yeah, I'd be up for running through them, definitely.
Nice.
Definitely. It would be intriguing to see Code Veronica as an over-the-shoulder one as well, so that you can actually take in the environment a bit better and see like all the little details and that.
Oh yeah, I feel like the Resident Evil 2 and 3 engine in Code Veronica would work perfectly. That'd be really cool.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
God's sake. Jules Rebirth with no saves and no first aid sprays. And anyways, bye. Right.
Do you remember trying to actually video the DS's and play it at the same time?
Oh god! I mean, like, you guys couldn't ever see how we had to film it, but we literally had to be holding the control about here, camera about there, and it's like, right guys, I'm now doing the final boss! It's just so cat-handed, it looked ridiculous. Oh man, you were sounding so tired here.
Yeah.
Update later! Way! There's one.
I'll just say less words. Update later.
Yeah, less characters.
Right, well, Nathan's fighting the tyrant on Resident Evil 0, and I am fighting the tyrant on Resident Evil DX. Yeah. Just set this up.
Again, so much time trying to get the flipping shot to work.
Oh shit, I paused mine.
Oh, that's a good shot.
This is so terrible.
Bazooka.
I couldn't even get the screen at a right angle, so it's gone like negative colours.
Not taking more bullets than I expected.
I do really want to play Director's Cut again soon. I've got a big... Yeah, I really want to do Director's Cut or DS. See if I can get an emulator and put it up for a poll.
Please do it with a PS4 controller again. That was genuinely the funniest fucking thing, especially at 4 o'clock in the morning.
For fuck's sake.
Absolutely floored me every single time.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will. It is a Resident Evil challenge.
It was so good.
It does turn it into a Resident Evil challenge of a sort in some sense.
Yeah.
Right, I'm trying to kill the first of like one of the end bosses.
Oh, here we go with the super speedy updates. I think we had about a minute of tape left at this point.
Anyway, I'll have an update once. Right, just kill the
See, we've literally just gone from like halfway through 0 in about 10 seconds.
Well, here's Nathan's grave. He got a rank A. Well, we have just finished another Resident Evil challenge with how much time left? We've had 3 hours 39. So yes, we've done it. Hardest challenge yet.
You did really good on that one.
Very hard. We got some oops, got some good grades, and yeah, we hope you enjoyed the challenge, and we'll see you next time whenever it comes up. So, bye bye everyone. Bye. There we go.
You heard me say that. There we go. Tape finished. Yeah, there we go. Resident Evil Challenge 2 of Season 2. How did it feel going back and watching that?
Yeah, it was really good. I like that.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Whenever I do Resident Evil remakes, I find it so frustrating at points, but then it's a really good game.
Yeah.
That's why I tend to like it, because I don't want to get. This is why I like chop and change quite a lot, because I don't want to get really frustrated with it and then be like, no, fuck it, don't want to play it.
Yeah.
So I tend to just stop before I get to that point, and then go start and do another one, and then go back to it. Fresh head seems to usually do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't fault your tactics. You know, you've managed to make it this far, so you know you're doing something right. So no, that was cool. That was really fun going back and watching that. Thank you very much to everyone who donated today. We've raised £41.80, which is really good stuff. Continuing to push ourselves forwards. Gonna wish Nathan a big happy birthday now for everyone who won't be there for Friday. Or hopefully you guys will be. My boy's turning 30. Oh, I need to point the other way. My boy, there we go. It's weird. It's mirrored on OBS. My boy is turning 30 years old, which is pretty cool. So happy birthday, Nathan, for Friday. Hope you have a good one. Go and enjoy yourself. I heard you're going to a steakhouse, which sounds good.
To Miller and Carter for in Hayward's Eve, which will be
That's
interesting.
my favourite. You
Yes.
know that's my favourite.
Yeah, it was my idea. It was Katie's, but I've never actually been, so it'll be interesting.
Well, I think I have gone out for steak for a lot of your birthdays. I remember that one we went to Smith & Weston's and you got like that 20-ounce T-bone steak that was pretty hefty. That was pretty good.
And the pink cowboy hat.
Oh, if you're not wearing a pink cowboy hat on Friday, I'll be very disappointed. Cool. Anyways, that was really fun. Thank you very much for everyone joining. And yeah, we'll see you guys for my blind playthrough of Revelations on Friday. Stay safe, and we'll see you later. Cheers, guys.
Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot,
everybody.
guys.
Bye.
See you later.